Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. This is your home for 5-minute-a-day Bible study that's studying the Psalms verse by verse. That's what we do here on Daily Dose Radio. It's 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. Now, today we're going to look at verses 6 and 7 here, and we're going to see something very interesting in verses 6 and 7, and that is that the world of men, they don't respond exactly like the earth does. So we'll see that because the earth is rejoicing before him, trembling before him, melting before him. So the earth responds in an appropriate way because when we stand before his holiness and his righteousness and he gives us his judgment, friends, there's no other recourse but to worship before him. However, in the world of men, there are some other things that take place, and we'll find out what those are. First of all, let me just read verses 6 and 7. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, and boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods. So we look at verse 7, the heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. That, if you remember Psalm 19, you go back and look at Psalm 19, you'll see that there it says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and it talks about the revelation that nature gives to man in the first half of that psalm. And in the second half of that psalm, you see that the revelation that God has given in his word. And the revelation that God gives in nature demonstrates his glory and his sovereignty over the created order, but it's not as specific as the revelation that he's given in his word. And so here, the heavens declare his righteousness and all the people see his glory. Why is that? Well, it's because the lightnings have enlightened the world. They see what God has made. They see the earth and they see the hills and they see the water and the fire and the lightning and the rain and the sunshine and the breeze and the green trees and, everything that God has made. They see all that. And so when the heavens declare his righteousness and all the people see his glory, that is the revelatory work of God through creation. That is his lightnings enlightening the world. Verse 7, we have a twist on it now. Confounded be all they that serve graven images. How is it that when the people see his glory, they reject the glory of God? Well, it's because of the corruption of our hearts. So the people see the glory of God and still they go off and worship vain images. They go off and, what does it say here? Graven images. They boast themselves of idols. They have so many idols that they're just proud of it. 365 million idols in Hinduism alone. And that's just one system, that's just one system of religion in the world. And there are so many others and so many other gods. And then notice, worship him, all ye gods. So that even though the men go off and worship other things, there's still one God. Still the truth of verse 1 remains. The Lord reigns. Still, the truth of verse 2 remains. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. That has not changed. The presence of the Lord of the whole earth is still there, and he still enlightens the world with his glory, and the people see it, and yet, because of the corruption of the hearts of men, they turn themselves. Look at, for a really good word picture of this, look at Romans chapter 1, where Paul talks about how they changed the glory of the invisible God into an image that could be seen. And what happens? The corruption of the heart and so forth. It continues. It multiplies it. Yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll look at verses 8 and 9 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.